You ever say yes so fast, you don't even know what you agreed to? You do the favor, take the call, push your own plans back, again, just to keep the peace? Even if you're tired, even if you're drowning, you don't speak up, you don't want to seem difficult, and you end up making everyone else comfortable while making yourself invincible. This is People Pleasers Anonymous. Hey, I'm Alex, and this is Find a Millennial Diary. We're in volume 3 still, the mental health files, and today we're naming something that looks like kindness on the outside, but feels like a quiet resentment on the inside. Today's question: why do I keep abandoning myself to keep everyone else happy? And look, this one's personal. I've RSVP'd yes to things I didn't want to go to, offered people help before I had the time to think, and apologized for saying no like I committed a felony. Let's talk about where that comes from and how to stop setting ourselves on fire just to keep everyone else warm. People think people pleasers are just nice, but you know what it really feels like? It's canceling your only free night because someone else really needs you. It's sending a polite text back when you're fuming inside. It's saying it's totally fine when it's very much not fine. I once helped someone move furniture at like 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night after editing all day because I felt bad saying no. I had no energy, no obligation, no business lifting anything, but I couldn't handle the guilt. That's what this is. It's not kindness, it's self-abandonment. A lot of us learned early that love wasn't unconditional. It was earned through helpfulness, quietness, hell, even compliance. Growing up, I was the peacemaker, the fixer. I knew how to make the room lighter, how to anticipate tension before it blew up. And you get rewarded for that. People like you. They lean on you, and you start to believe that your value comes from being easy to digest. So now, as adults, we're fluent in what do you need, but totally out of practice in asking, what do I want? You ever say yes, then immediately feel resentful? Not because the person asked, but because you knew you didn't want to do it, but you went and did it anyway. I've done this with work, with family, with people I barely knew. I offered to take on a project I didn't have time for because I didn't want to seem ungrateful. Well, guess what? I got burned out, behind, and literally mad at myself. That's what people pleasing does. It quietly chips away at your boundaries until you don't recognize the life you're living. It feels like keeping the peace, but it's actually avoiding confrontation with your own needs. Let's get to the heart of it. Why do I keep on abandoning myself to keep others happy? Very easy, because we're afraid of being too much, afraid of being hard to love, afraid that saying no means losing that connection. But here's the thing. Real connection isn't built on yes at all costs. It's built on honesty. And you know what else? You're allowed to disappoint people. You're allowed to say no without writing a 5-paragraph essay. You're allowed to choose you, even if it makes someone uncomfortable. Every time you say no to someone else to say yes to yourself, that's not selfish. That's healing. Next time on a Millennial Diary, I'm fine is a trauma response. We'll talk about how so many of us learn to bury how we really feel because fine was safer than being honest. And hey, if this episode made you feel seen or called you out just a little, go ahead and return the favor. Head over to alexiscardoza.com to find all of my links. Make sure you're following the podcast on Apple or Spotify if you love to just take a listen while you're strolling or on the exercise bike or in the gym. And if you've been vibing with this show, I'd love a sub on YouTube. I just started my road to 10,000 subs and I promise to never people please the algorithm. Okay, maybe a little. Until then, try saying no just once this week, even if your voice shakes, especially if it feels impossible. And this is fine.
Goodbye.